And both teams going through their pregame rituals, getting loose well before we're underway. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. First for the Celtics, speedy backcourt of Rondo and Bradley. And it's Kelly Olynyk out of Gonzaga, a 7-footer with inside-outside offensive skills in the middle at center. A big game for this young man making his NBA debut. Then there's Green, and it's Bass in the power forward. And for Los Angeles, Nash and Bryant in the backcourt. And holding down the middle out of Central Michigan University, the skilled and ambidextrous 7-footer, Chris Kaman. Then there's Nick Young, and it's Gasol at the 4.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, they were very lucky defensively because there was some miscommunication there. They left him wide open.
Just getting on the court last season was a big triumph for Jeff Green, who was forced to sit out a year after undergoing heart surgery. Look at how he progressed over the season, and he got better with each month. Really inspirational.
Easy baskets. That's exactly what they need.
Rondo kicks to Bradley. And it's blocked by Kobe. Young left side. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assist. Going back to Jeff Green, the Celtics had to be encouraged to see the way he progressed as last season went on.
I thought last year was good for him. He emerged confidence-wise. He seemed to take on a bigger role in Boston. And I think he started to justify that 4-year contract he signed with the Celtics.
Rondo kicks to Green. 6 to shoot. High post shot. That doesn't go either for Green.
And it is very dangerous to leave him open like that. Lucky break for the defense that he missed it.
Kobe dishes to Kaman. Pass to Nash. Now the feed to Young. Lets it go with the 3. That is good. Young's got 5 points so far.
And their lead takes another little bump up.
Boy, I tell you, they got to be feeling better and better about this game. You know, it's always strange to see how a team will react when they lose one of their biggest stars. Last season, the Celtics were thought to be dead in the water when Rondo tore his ACL, but they actually rallied and went on the winning streak after the injury.
Nash gets a screen from Bryant. It's Nash with the drive. Young for 3. Ooh, the double clutch. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, of course, anytime you talk about Nash, his outstanding court vision and creative passing is the first thing that comes to mind. But, of course, he's also one of the best shooters the game has ever seen.
Steve, you mentioned the creativity he brings. Despite the flair, he's really quite fundamentally sound. He's excellent with his decision-making and understanding of how to create scoring opportunities for him and his team.
Well, Clark, as you said, with Rondo and the Celtics, they would go on to win the next 7 right after his injury, and overall Steve played better than expected the rest of the way.
Sometimes that's the way these things go, Kevin. A star player goes down, everybody else kind of steps up, and instead of feeling sorry for themselves, they use it as a rallying cry. And all those role players for Boston really picked up the extra slack, and I thought they made a great push to end that season after the Rondo injury.
Looky here. How about that one? That play. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook for future reference.
Perfectly done. He put it on a platter for him.
He sure did. And how about the touch on the finish, too? That was really nicely done.
Nash left side. Dishes to Kaman. Good, and the assist goes to Nash. Celtics trail by 7. Rondo passes to Olynyk. Feeds it to Bass. Gasol with the steal. Here's Young. The finger roll finish at the bucket. Young's got 7 points.
And the story of this game in the early stages is just how well they've been shooting the ball.
Steve, their percentage from the floor is really impressive up to this point.
Steve Nash pulls it in. Nash has got his 5th rebound in this one.
You know, for Pau Gasol, calling last year a rough year might be an understatement. He fought off an injury and tried to find a role on the team that was in transition. A year like that can really take a lot out of a guy.
Some changes for the Lakers. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Kaman. Johnson comes in for Nick Young. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Steve Nash. Rondo kicks to Bradley. Back to Rondo. Pass to Green. Green left side. Here's Bradley. Boston again missing. And Steve, for Pau Gasol, he dealt with knee tendonitis from the first day of the season, then a concussion, torn plantar fascia. I mean, he just had one setback, it seemed, health-wise after another.
It was just that kind of season, which symbolized the fate of his Lakers, too. They just never seemed to get it going until it was too late. But, you know, with Gasol, we're talking about a guy who's remained effective for a long time in his career. And when you have that kind of skill level, I think your game can translate as you get older.
Here's Bradley. Buries it from three-point range. Bradley's got his first 3 points of the game.
You know, even though he doesn't really have the long-range ability on a consistent level, he can knock down some open ones.
Johnson goes in. The dish now to Blake. Back to Johnson. Pulls up. Yes, and it's Blake picking up the assist. Johnson's got his first bucket in this one.
Another good pass, and their offensive execution has been impressive, to say the least.
The last 4 field goals have been assisted. Yeah, passing has kept the defense off balance, but to get assists, you got to make the shot.
Bryant. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
And the early lead just keeps on growing. Another basket.
And the way they've done it is with an extremely potent inside attack.
12 seconds left in the first quarter. Rondo dishes to Olynyk. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Olynyk's got 6 points.
I'll tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
Well, that's the key to basketball. Get the ball inside, into the paint, either with a pass or with penetration.
And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, Clark and Steve, what have they been doing or not doing?
And a good start for this club. I like the way they played together, really moved the ball and did a nice job offensively.
Yeah, excellent ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard, too.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, gentlemen, the Lakers barely squeezed into the playoffs last season. Despite that, they had the largest luxury tax bill in the league, almost $30 million, more than double the next highest team in the Miami Heat. So, maybe one silver lining for them with Dwight Howard deciding to move to Houston? The team won't have to shoulder the even more punitive taxes that began this season. Kevin?
Good point, Doris. Thanks. 6 on the shot clock. Farmar kicks to Blake. The fadeaway. Good. And Farmar gets the assist.
Gotta love the inside-out game there, guys.
Celtics trail by 10.
Lakers still pursuing another title, but it would be a real shock if that were to come this year. A lot of age and injury on this team. They lose Dwight Howard. This is a club that just doesn't have enough athleticism and speed to contend for a title.
Humphreys, no good. Lakers shooting 64%. Beautiful all-around play by this offense. Here's Farmar, covered by Humphreys. Farmar kicks to Johnson. Passes it to Hill. He feeds it to Blake. Hill, a screen on one. Blake for 3. Jared Sullinger grabs the board. Well, back to the Lakers. Clark, you think they're too old? Is this a team that needs to rebuild?
Not yet, Kevin. The saying is young doesn't win in the NBA. I think for them, health and chemistry are the most important factors. Also, I think this is a franchise that has shown it can make a home run deal like acquiring Pau Gasol in 2007. Got 2 titles out of that move. I think they'll look to add some youth through their bench and restructure the personnel a bit, and they'll position themselves for another run, perhaps.
And some changes here for the Lakers. Chris Kaman's checked in for Gasol. Young comes in for Wesley Johnson. And it's Nash in for Steve Blake. Sullinger with the bucket.
That's the kind of lead pass we've seen him make over and over again.
Farmar kicks to Kamen. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Here's Hill. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. And the Lakers lead by 12.
You know, he's really adept at keeping possessions alive by hitting the boards and cashing in on some of those putbacks.
And he is also a tireless worker under the glass, Steve. More than a few guys have been on the receiving end of one of his elbows when a rebound is up for grabs. He uses his body very well.
Just 4 to shoot. Humphries the pass to Lee. And stolen by Farmer. Gives him the lead pass. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
You know, it seems to me Nick Young is a perfect guy to have coming off the bench because he's a volume shooter and scorer who can get hot in a hurry. But I think his best role is to play him kind of in a Jamal Crawford type role.
And that one falls for Young. Going back to Nick Young, Clark, mostly a scorer.
He sure is, Kevin, an athletic 6'7" wing. I don't think there's any reason he can't be a plus rebounder and defender, but it's clear that his focus primarily has been on the offensive end.
Rondo kicks to Wallace. Back to Rondo. He passes to Sullinger. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Sullinger's got his second bucket.
One of the sweetest moves in the game, the reverse layup in traffic.
Well, you know, last season I think officially brought the immediate championship aspirations of the Celtics to a close. The 7th seed in the East, dispatched in the first round by the Knicks. The rebuild was on in full cycle.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Yes, guys, for Steve Nash last season, he became just the 5th player in league history to crack 10,000 assists, joining John Stockton, Jason Kidd, Mark Jackson, and Magic Johnson. Nash said to have just one scholarship offer and to play in the NBA as long as I have and to be on a list with people like Magic is beyond my wildest dreams. Adding, it's incredibly special, humbling, and a tribute to playing with a lot of great players over my career. No surprise, fellas, giving credit to his teammates.
Well, you have to like that focus on the team first. Thanks, Doris. And back to the Celtics, making the playoffs, sure, but not like Steve back in 08 or 2010.
Well, this has been a phenomenal era for, with KG and Pierce that is now a thing of the past. But look, they've hoisted a championship banner and very close to another. But it's just time to move on, and that's just the way it is in the NBA. These things go in waves, and the Celtics now in rebuilding mode.
It's Nash with the drive.
One of the duties that Steve Nash has undertaken is signing on to oversee the Canadian national basketball team. Really a logical choice for Canada, given all that Nash has done for the sport in that country.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Los Angeles.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
And the other thing they're doing is forcing a lot of turnovers, and that's helping them to get easy points at the other end. And the free throws are starting to pile up a little bit here, more so than in the first quarter.
And that's one of the reasons they're in front right now.
Sullinger dishes to Humphries. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Going back to Nash, certainly the greatest basketball player ever out of Canada, and we all realize that. But you were telling me a story the other day about how you and he went surfing one time.
Well, yeah, in San Diego, we got out in the water, and the first time he ever got on a surfboard, he got up and rode a wave perfectly. So, I mean, you talk about an incredible athlete. Nash just has it all.
Boston making a switch here. Green's checked in.
Story came out about Chris Humphries last year that basketball wasn't his #1 sport as a kid. He was actually one of the best swimmers in the country as a youngster. But basketball's worked out just fine.
Celtics trail by 10. There's 39 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Knocked loose. Back to Rondo. The pass to Wallace. Just 5 on the clock. Out to Lee. 16 feet away. And the jumper is on the mark. Lee's got 8 points in the quarter.
Shooting much better here in the second quarter.
Yeah, their offense has really come alive. Can they come back and even it up? That's the question.
Kobe goes in. Young outside. Takes the 13-footer. The offensive rebound. Good. And the Lakers lead by 10.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
Well, it's become one of the stories of the first half, Mark, just piling up points in the paint.
And that does it for the first half of play. Lakers lead by 8. Well, folks, stay tuned for the halftime show with Damon Bruce for all the highlights from our first half.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Welcome, I'm Damon Bruce. A great game going on out at Staples Center. The Los Angeles Lakers in front against Boston.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back as we return here at the Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles.
And, you know, for the Lakers,